I'm so grateful I downloaded the Change and Check sticker because it did save my life. If I hadn't gone to get that checked, I wouldn't have gone. I would never have known until maybe it was too late. Hi, my name's Kay. I'm aged 46 and I was diagnosed with breast cancer on the 30th of April this year. This is my Change and Check story. I saw a Change and Check sticker online after following the Change and Check campaign through Helen. My diagnosis came about because I had a bloody discharge coming from my left nipple. Didn't think it was quite right, so I went to see my GP, who referred me to a one-stop breast clinic at a local hospital. That was in February. However, I was put on the non-urgent list, so I was seen on the 30th of April. When I was checked by the consultant, he found the lump in my right breast. Although I checked myself, I never felt the lump. He did, and I was diagnosed with grade 3 triple negative metaplastic breast cancer. I was diagnosed on the 30th of April, which was during COVID. Both my parents are still alive. I had to tell them via a FaceTime call that I had breast cancer. Wasn't the easiest thing to tell them, wasn't what I was expecting to tell them, but they both understood. They have supported me as I am a mum who has 2 adult sons, but I'm a carer for one of those adult sons. Unfortunately, when I went into hospital, my son that I care for didn't do too great. He struggled a bit, was struggling to get up and get himself motivated in the mornings. So I started video calling him from hospital. They've been a great help. They go out and do shopping, they do housework, they've shown me that they can do stuff and really put themselves and their wants to the back just to help me and look after me. As part of helping him, last year I picked up on a group down in Halifax who climb the Scammondon steps, and I decided to get in touch with the person that started that group. Discussed possibly taking my son down, told him about my son, and I took Robert down last summer. It's not just a one-off thing and you're forgotten about. They're always there for you. The friends you make there are there for you. They message me, they message Robert. My breast cancer has had such a big effect on him. He doesn't understand why I'm so ill after my treatments. When I prepare myself for chemo, it's basically just getting myself in the right mindset that what's about to happen is good for me, is hopefully getting rid of the cancer cells that are left in my body. So this is the morning of my chemotherapy. Just doing a video before I go. I am nervous, butterflies in my tummy. I have talked to a few women who have had the same type of chemotherapy as me, and they have given me a few helpful hints and tips. I am going to see how I get on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there won't be any emergencies and everything will go smoothly. This last one I had on Monday, it hit me quite quick, hit me a lot quicker than the previous 2 cycles I've had. It actually hit me while I was still in the hospital. So when I was brought home, I went straight to my bed. Unfortunately, between my first chemo and my second chemo treatment, I had been taken into hospital on the 31st of August, and it turns out I had a large blood clot on my lungs. I stayed in hospital for a week. I had my next chemo as planned on the Monday. After that chemo, I was discharged from hospital to my parents' house just to get me some rest. At the moment, that's one of the worst rare effects that you can have, is the blood clot. It's the only one I've experienced, and I hope I don't experience any other bad ones. Any woman going through this will know, and maybe agree with me, that getting that under control has to be the hardest thing ever. And if you need help, you need help. Don't be scared to pick up the phone and phone your cancer line or treatment team or whoever to ask for help. So I'm day 9 past chemo. Feeling so much better. I think today is the first day that I can actually say I feel more like my normal self. I don't feel like I've got loads and loads of drugs running around my system. The one thing about my family during all this cancer treatment is they've always tried to keep things light with me. When I started my chemotherapy and started to lose my hair, I went and got it shaved off straight away from my hairdressers. I didn't leave it to come out itself. So things started arriving in the post, which I will let you see now. Not that I will ever wear them out in public, but I have been seen wearing one of them around the house every now and again. So, as you can see, this little number is from my dad and my mum. And my dad also has one the same, which he wore during a Zoom call on Thursday evening. And my brother was in on that Zoom call. This one, this little beauty, is from my brother. He knows I love the Grinch. My family certainly try and keep me going and keep me laughing and smiling. So this morning I got the news that my pre-chemo bloods that were taken yesterday were fine. I've just come from the health centre again because I've had my flu jab. So Monday chemo will go ahead and I will receive my first dose of a new drug, docetaxel, and I shall see how I get on with it. So today's the day of my oncology appointment. I will be meeting my oncologist this afternoon. My mum is coming with me. I have had very little sleep. For whatever reason, I always seem to get nervous before these appointments and don't sleep well. So spending the morning with the boys. I'm just home from the hospital. The oncology appointment went really well. We have a plan in place for radiotherapy once all my chemotherapy is finished. So today I ventured out to one of the supermarkets in the town for the first time in about, since the start of my treatment, fingers crossed. If everything keeps going the way it's going, I will be able to go out and do simple things like a shop more often. I am so grateful I downloaded the Change and Check sticker because it did save my life. If I hadn't gone to get that checked, I wouldn't have gone. I would never have known until maybe it was too late. It was caught at early stages, and hopefully it won't come back. But I urge everyone who has any of the symptoms that's on that sticker, check themselves, get yourself to the GP and get yourself checked out. I think somebody was looking over me that day.